This is a real account of a vision given to me near the turn of the century. Who I am is unimportant, that you know that I am a messenger of the Lord, called of God for this end time. I've been called to walk in multiple offices. What's important is what the Lord is showing concerning what's to happen to the United States of America. Near the turn of the century, I was given a vision. One concerning dark clouds coming in and folding itself, which represented God's judgment. I then saw the ends of boosters of rockets coming through, many different lights making different colors as they passed through. I also saw at this time, as the clouds was folding in and coming in, a great fear. And that fear was upon me, the fear of God. For I knew that this represented God's judgment. At that time, all of a sudden I was hid. I was not allowed to see the explosions, the actual destruction that took place, or the impact of those rockets or whatever it was that hit. Then it's all those, like a hand, and my mind was removed from me and I was allowed to see it. And I saw the destruction, and it was great. And I said, Lord, I'm not ready for this, for there was a great fear of God upon me. And he took the vision away. 30 days later, the vision came back and I was allowed to see it. And I said, Lord, obviously this is very important. Show it to me. And he did. As I said, I was not asleep. This was not a dream. This was a vision. What I saw with the dark clouds and folding, the same as I saw before. I knew it was God's judgment, and the boots was coming in. Then I was hid. This is also scripture. This is also from the book of Isaiah, 26th chapter, beginning at the 20th verse. As I looked out, after the hand was removed from me, I saw a house, and in that house, I saw a high-backed sofa overturned in front of a picture frame window. And I saw myself come up from behind it, and I saw people in there with me. None were hurt, no radiation, sicknesses, nor poisoning. None was burned nor singed. Not even the smell of smoke was in their clothes. But on the outside, as far as I could see, everything was destroyed. As I looked, there was a tree, and I knew it was 25 to 30 feet away from the house. And all I saw left of it was a stump, and it was charred, burned. Very little of it left. But beyond that, there was nothing left. No trees, no grass, no cars, no roads, no concrete. As though the fire was so hot, the concrete and the roads were turned back into what it was made of. There was no humanity in sight. Not even as much as a bird. Nothing living. For what could survive such destruction? As I looked and beheld all that I saw, and I looked around, I knew that this was God's judgment to the United States for all of her sins, for forsaking the Lord. I knew that this is because they have broken the everlasting covenant. As I looked and I beheld, I could see in it the only thing left that was living was there in that house. I had met many other people at one night when I was working. I heard on a radio station many people calling in of dreams they had. They didn't say it was vision. They said it was dreams, but it was almost like 100 people that called in, giving a real account of this. And I've spoken to many others during that time where they have saw it. Most of them that saw the fire they know that they would burn up in that fire, and it was consumed by it. As I said, I did not see the fire itself. I saw the aftermath of it, as though we was hid. And this is also, as I said, Isaiah 26, 20th chapter. 20th verse, I'm sorry. But we know that what's also written is in the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 6, when it says, "Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left." It's time to draw near unto Jesus Christ and take his word seriously. There are many out there that say they know the Lord, but in their very works they deny him in the way they live. The Lord has shown me there's many out there say they are Jews, but are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. If you don't have that relationship with Jesus Christ, it's time to get it. And know, for some reason, I know that this is going to occur during this administration. Today's date is September the 7th, 2014. And I did say this administration that's in office right now. I can't explain it to you no more than I can say that before this destruction, I know that we're going to have martial law. And I know there's going to be some great destruction that's going to happen, for I've already seen the flood as though a tsunami came in, even across the state of Florida. And I saw my dad on top of a roof, and as far as I could see, everything was underwater except for the rooftops. And he was trying to call me on a cell phone to get help to him. And I told him, get a boat and get close as he can to clear him out, and I'll try to get him. He also had a dream, same week, may have been the same night for as I know, that he was on that rooftop trying to get my attention to get some help to him. So I know these things must come to pass first. There's something going to happen. It's going to cause that tsunami to happen. One night in Jacksonville, Florida, I saw a giant tidal wave come in across the coast. And I know something is going to hit the ocean, or some place in the ocean, in the Atlantic, to cause this to happen. Or should I say Caribbean, however you say it. But it's coming. And I know we're going to have martial law, and our system is going to be suspended, and you're not going to be able to buy or use your ATM machines. I know we're going to have martial law because I've already seen the tanks in the street and the military vehicles. But somehow this is going to lead up to the destruction of America, because we're going to be hit when we're not looking, when we least can afford to do anything about it. And I know it's not going to happen very long from today. Only thing I can tell you is that another brother had a dream or a vision that's showing a calendar. And now the year was 2016. But it was allowed to tick up one more year to 2017, which lets me know that you're going to have a catastrophe, something going to happen in that year, and in the following year, maybe a greater destruction. I do know that when it happens, it's not going to take very long for America to be defeated. And I do not believe that any of those rockets I saw came from land-based. I believe they will be submarine-based. But I know we're going to be hit by surprise, and America's not going to have much of a chance at survival in it. And I know many of God's people are going to be martyred. It's time to draw near unto the Lord. Preach what's in the word. Remember what Jesus said, immediately after tribulation, those days, we shall see the sign of the Son of Man in the heavens. And remember, absent from the body, present with the Lord. But you must get into that secret place. Stay prayerful. Stay watchful. For the harvest time is now. What you do, do quickly.